What is ancestral trauma? You might have heard the term ancestral trauma and wondered what it actually means. Ancestral trauma is sometimes called intergenerational trauma, and it refers to the idea that the effects of traumatic experiences don't always end with the person who lived through them. In some cases, they can be passed down through families and communities. They can shape how later generations think and feel and respond to the world. This can happen in many different ways. When people experience trauma, for example, war, displacement, violence, colonisation, famine, oppression, it often affects how they relate to others, how safe the world feels, how they cope with stress. These patterns can influence parenting styles, family dynamics, beliefs, emotional responses, which children then absorb as they grow up. Over time, this can show up as anxiety, hypervigilance, emotional numbness, difficulty with trusting, or maybe a persistent sense of fear or shame, even when there's no obvious cause in your life. Some research also suggests trauma may leave biological imprints, which influence how stress responses are regulated across generations. But ancestral trauma isn't just about biology, it's also about stories told and untold, silence, survival strategies, and the way families learn to adapt. And it's important to say this clearly: ancestral trauma does not mean you're broken or doomed. Many of the patterns passed down were once necessary for survival. Becoming aware of ancestral trauma can be empowering. It helps you to separate what belongs to you from what was inherited. Opens the possibility of healing and choice and change. Healing ancestral trauma often involves understanding of family or cultural, social history, and developing compassion for what came before, and creating new ways of responding to it in the present. At its core, ancestral trauma is about recognising that our lives are shaped not only by what we've lived through, but also by what others survived so that we could be here. This is a very deep subject for me. It's something I'm very passionate about. I've personally recognised the effects of ancestral trauma through my ancestors, come down through the generations, and it's my privilege to be able to hopefully talk to you about your situation, your history, and help you to see through it and move into a better place in yourself.